evening. Thank you, Sandeep, for the pretty elaborate introduction. As I was preparing to speak here, I looked back at my life. It gave me an opportunity to sort of relive my life over the last 20 years. And I said, sort of rewound what has happened in my life. So just imagine a small household, and you have a 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid, you meet him in that household. As an adult, what would be the question you ask? The first question is usually the name, which class are you studying in, which school do you go to? And essentially the fourth question is, what do you want to become in life? Right? Maybe third also, but definitely not beyond the fourth question. So once one of our relatives visited home and asked me this question. I was possibly in UKG or first standard, and I told I want to become a truck driver. My parents were flabbergasted. Truck driver gives you that, you control a big machine. And I had a small counseling session after the relatives left. You can't tell anyone that you can be a truck driver. And then my goal changed. So I said, okay, I'll become a pilot because I can be the driver of a bigger machine. And I went to school, and one of the teachers in school asked this question, what do you want to become? I said, I want to become a pilot. Teacher said, you have eyesight. I was wearing glasses from when I was 7 years old. Can you become a pilot using glasses? And then the second ambition I had was out of the window. I could no longer become a pilot also. They just caused the doubt. I never knew whether I could become a pilot or not. And then one day, I saw a movie and I was very excited. I said, let me go into the army. Then one of my friends said, you will not qualify the physical criteria. You are neither tall enough nor well built. Third goal was out of the window. Then in Doordarshan, there used to be this series called Turning Point. Girish Karnad used to host it every Saturday. So I used to make it a point that I watched that video. So there was this nice episode on an open heart surgery. After that video, I felt I should become a cardiothoracic surgeon. And one of my relatives asked me this, that can your family afford to make you a cardiothoracic surgeon? That goal was out. Then roughly around the same time, the Buddha smiled the second time, Pokhran test happened. So there was a lot of excitement around atomic physics and nuclear physics. So I decided I would become a nuclear physicist. And I shared this goal with my parents. My teachers actually encouraged me. But mothers have this concern that you have to settle early in life. And there was this feedback that if you are pursuing a research career, there aren't enough jobs in India. And you will take a long time to settle in. So that got ruled out. And finally, I ended up studying mechanical engineering after 4 or 5 goals being thrown out of the window. And while I was studying mechanical engineering, I realized I wasn't enjoying engineering as much. Then other interests started. I started writing poetry. I started playing football. Then I started teaching. And after so many goal changes, finally I went to teach science in a tribal area. And many people thought I was mad. I had always been eccentric. And a lot of questions were asked, like, are you mad to go here? My family actually calculated the financial loss because I joined an NGO. Actually, they miscalculated it. I had them correct their calculation. But a lot of dreams get made and get shot down by questions asked. Many times we don't have or we don't put in the necessary effort to see them through. So one of the things which I did was, once I went to HT Kote, it's a small I should say God-forsaken place. It's a forest belt in the foothills of the Western Ghats. Once I started spending time there, I really enjoyed my day. I started meeting new people, enjoyed innocence of or unadulterated love for people around. And then several opportunities came my way. So I started out as a teacher in a small remote school, and I used to go with this mobile science lab to government schools. I didn't know Kannada, but I had to teach students in Kannada medium. So I learned language that way. And I learned science in Kannada. And along the way, we faced several challenges, which I enjoyed. And it helped me accomplish several things. And SVY became a great platform for me. So over these last 12 years that I have been in SVYM at HT Kote and now in Mysore, through the several programs that I have been a part of, one of the greatest things that gave me a lot of satisfaction is you are able to instantly see the impact that you have caused. If you are able to teach one kid well, if you are able to answer a kid's question, the excitement which the kid shares with you, you are able to see it right in front of you. That is something which gave me immense satisfaction. That is something which I decided to sort of pursue in life. All this way, I've sort of stuck to three guiding principles. One was when I was doing my engineering, I used to do these small part-time jobs. And I had this hard revelation once that thanks to our parents, with the education that we get and the access to the resources we have, we'll never die of hunger. So let me do what I enjoy. And I got into a mode where I decided that I'll give up I'll sacrifice the niceties which IITians should have pursued, but then I'll do something which I would enjoy. So one of the key things which has helped me throughout, and I think every entrepreneur should be thinking about, is this: the education that you get should give you that confidence to tell, so what if I fail? Let me try once again. The second thing was, all along, I've been very, very sort of happy-go-lucky. I've never really worried about tomorrow, but so many opportunities came my way that I was enjoying every moment. I had an opportunity to meet Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. I had an opportunity to meet Dr. Kumar, the ISRO chairman, spend some time with them. I had an opportunity to meet Kasturi Rangan, UR Rao, CNR Rao, and all the big scientists that you think of. It just happens. So I don't think we should really worry about what should I do tomorrow. Enjoy today. And life somehow has this ability to present you with the right opportunity at the right time. But when you do get the opportunity, grab it. And the third one I stuck by is, I never made a statement. In fact, I corrected several people, and I made a sacrifice. I made a choice to go to HT. All of us make choices. If we own up our decisions, I think we will believe that we can also accomplish what we intend to do. Many times we separate ourselves from the circumstances. Failure would be the circumstance and the success is ours, not necessarily. And even in my life, several experiments have been disasters. I can't talk proudly about them here. But we learn tough lessons there. So these were three key things. Quickly rewinding. One is, you get a good education, you will never die of hunger. Try whatever you want to do, what gives you happiness. The second one, whatever we do, enjoy today, and the opportunities will come. You can always grab them. The third one, we make choices, not sacrifices. While I was doing all this, Like I mentioned, I met several people, learned lots of things. And you know what? I am still a truck driver. In the education sector of SUI, we run multiple projects. We have 200 staff. It's like controlling a huge machine, like the truck. When you have a kid who can't be given the necessary education or the access to education, when you're trying to solve that problem, I get that adrenaline rush of a physicist who's trying to solve a problem. So all our goals can still be achieved by doing what you like. And the old stereotypes of being a social worker. A kid just asked me, "Are you a social worker?" I said, "Yes." If you go back, think about the 90s. If you have to be a social worker, you have to be wearing Hawaii slippers, wearing a jubba, maybe a sling bag, have glasses, poverty, and you should be an activist who should be shouting slogans. It is no longer the truth. The development sector today has changed. We talk about impact, we talk about efficiency, we talk about analytics. We talk about strategy in development sector. We talk about pilots. We talk about expansion. We talk about impact at scale. The development sector is as professional as any other business. And if you can see happiness on a kid's face, nothing like it, why not pursue it? But in the development sector, you have to be for the long haul. Vivekananda's 3 P's. You have to have purity, you have to have patience, and you have to have perseverance. So go give it a try. I'd like to end with Vivekananda's famous quote in the letter to the Mysore Maharaja. He says, "The life is short. The vanities of life are transient. The vanities of the world are transient. They alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive." Thank you.